Increased confrontations between Jewish and Arab citizens of Israel have exacerbated already existing tensions following the Hamas attack of October 7th and the ensuing war in Gaza. Many Arab citizens, who make up 20% of Israel's population, complain that both Hamas and Israeli politicians from the extremist party of National Security Minister Itamar Ben-Gvir are trying to incite violence between Arabs and Jews inside Israel.
For the last 3 months, Jews and Arabs in Israel are going through polarization process because of the war, and at the same time, we're getting some kind of attempts to pull Arab citizens into confrontations, into the war. We see that Hamas is trying to encourage Arab citizens to be engaged in violent activities, and we see also even ministers such as Minister Ben-Gvir are trying to drag us into some kind of confrontational relationship.
During the last conflict between Israel and Hamas in May 2021, there were riots in mixed Arab-Jewish areas in Israel. So far, tensions have not reached that level this time. But Darausha is concerned that Arab citizens, many of whom have relatives in Gaza, will be penalized and discriminated against if they express empathy for Palestinians suffering in Gaza and the West Bank. Adallah, the Legal Center for Arab Minority Rights in Israel, is currently fighting 120 cases from 33 Israeli academic institutions in which disciplinary procedures against Arab students were initiated because of their posts on social media.
Every Arab citizen that dares to open up their mouth and be honest about their feeling about opposing the war seems that to be met with some kind of radical steps, whether it's arrests or kicking from work or from universities. And at the same time, everyone that speaks about what Hamas has done seems to also be criticized as if he's not a patriot enough for the Palestinians.
Being an Arab in Israel today is complex, says Arab-Israeli Knesset member Mansour Abbas.
There is a moral obligation to show empathy to the victims of October 7th, but also to the civilian resident victims of the war in Gaza. This complexity means we have to choose the right words in the right way and in the right place. We can't ignore people's pain and distress and fears.
Abbas joined War Cabinet Minister Benny Gantz on stage at a recent Tel Aviv conference called Shared Society in Emergency Times. The two were coalition partners in the previous centrist Israeli government. Polls show Gantz is favored to become Israel's next prime minister. He praised several Arab citizens of Israel who risked their lives to save Jews on October 7th.
This solidarity exists and showed itself in a time of trouble. Our obligation is to develop it and not let extremists harm it.
But Arab citizens say they worry that tensions with the Jewish majority and increased discrimination against the Arab minority could last long after the war with Hamas is over. Linda Gradstein, VOA News, Tel Aviv.